Good morning, everybody. Andrew, how are you, my friend? Good morning, good morning, good morning, my beauties. Good morning, good morning. Yes. Good morning, Zen. Good morning, Andrew. Doing good. Walter, good morning. Thank you, YU with the follow. Andrew with the popular and the heart me. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, everybody. As we're coming in, TAP over there on the tubes. And over here on the tick-a-tack, he is. Good morning, YU. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, SSS. Hakeem the Dream. Good morning, Travis. Good morning to you. You got it, SSS. That is your new job on here, to make sure everybody's doing that. Do you accept that role? Lino Rocha. Hello. Andrew the Believer with the Your Awesomes. We got the floating octopuses today, everybody. The floating octopuses. INTC. Yes, I just want to look at this before we get started. Oh, yes. VIP, do you see it? Do you see it, VIP? Huh? Has that base failed us yet? Where is it? Has that base failed us yet? Look at that. And I was going to trade this too, but I didn't. I didn't do it because of that tail. Look at that. Coming out. VIP, do you see it? Look at that. Woo! Woo! Let's go, everybody. Let's go. How did I learn to trade? I had a lot of mentors, and I tried to do it all on my own in the beginning for about 8 years, and then I found 2 mentors who were very good to me, and it changed the course of my trading. I mean, it was just great, fabulous. Let's go, let's go, let's go to the moon. Powder with the Harvey Zen method with the first floating octopus. You like that base, huh? Yeah, I like that. Where are you from, Kane? Where are you from? What state are you in? Country, what state? Good morning, Sue Felicia. Do I use a 65-minute chart? No. Powder, thank you. Thank you, SSS. Hello, YouTubers. Hello, my YouTubers. Hello, Ness. How are you, my friend? Boop, boop. Thank you, my Leo. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Texas. I'm going to tell you, Kane, in 2 seconds how you can get help trading, okay? Remember, folks, and this is for you, Kane, the VIP is open. $50 a month. That's all we charge right here. This is where you're going to learn to trade, everybody. If you have any questions, Kane or anybody in here, ask the VIP members that are in the chat if it's worth joining. I will let the current VIP members answer that question. Don't take it from me. Ask them. That is where you're going to go, theVossTrading.com, or click the link in my TikTok or YouTube bio to get into the VIP. All right, everybody, good morning to you. Yes, I hope you're doing well. As you can see on Intel, we talked about this yesterday. Under the what? Under the base right here, remember? Hanging on for dear life, and then it went down. Also, the VIPers, you see it right there. We went over this in training Thursday night in the VIP. So I don't know if anyone got this short to the downside yesterday on INTC. So yesterday, I'm going to go over my 2 trades first that we took. I tried to get in on this short yesterday. Let me get back over here. Whoa. I tried to get in on this short right here. What I was thinking on this play was we had this topping tail. I was going to get a 1-to-1 back to the 8. That did not occur. That 8 came up quicker than I thought it was going to be. But the difference between a good trader and a bad trader is I broke even on this trade. I didn't lose anything. Zero, nada, zip, zip, zip. I broke even on the trade because the only thing we control in the market is risk management. See, I'm a great loser when I trade, a phenomenal loser. I don't like losing. So even when I take a losing trade, I will make sure I do not lose, okay? And the reason I am able to do that is because I know market cycle, the state of my stock, and the position of my stock. So most of the time, and the VIP traders will tell you, when I enter a trade, 8 out of 10 times, I'm able to put a break even in. So the trade is always free for me. Either I'm making money or I'm breaking even. That's all I'm doing, okay? Are there times when I get into a trade and I'm not able to put a break even in? Of course, and I'll take the loss, but I still have great risk management. But that's a very, very small percentage. Now, if you asked me 10 years ago, I was constantly losing. I was a losing machine. It was a disaster. I blew up more accounts than you can think of. Kept losing, okay? Depressed as hell. It was a disaster. And I said to myself, will I ever be able to do this thing called trading? All right. And then, I worked through it. I got some mentors. I got some good education and things changed. But I broke even on this trade. And the reason we want risk management and why you have to be a great loser in order to be a great winner is because you want to live to see another day in trading. That's what you're doing, everybody, okay? Over and over, because all you're going to do is wait for the next setup. Remember, what we teach in the VIP are high probability setups. 70% of the time, the stock will go in that direction if you know how to trade the setups that we teach. So if you break even or you lose a trade, there's still a good chance by the end of the day, out of the 3 trades that you take max, you're going to have a winner that is going to make you green at the end of the day, okay? Let's go, everybody. Let's go. So then we waited, okay? I waited. It was Friday, not much, a lot of chop. And then there she was. There she set it up right here. Beautiful. I got that long to the upside on Amazon for a beautiful, beautiful 80 cents per share winner. That's because I protected my risk on the first trade and I entered an A+ setup on the second trade. Now, what I'm going to go over with you a lot today here is why 80% of traders lose, okay, when they trade. 92% are going to quit. 80% that stick with it are going to lose, and I'm going to tell you why your trades are losers, why 80% of your trades are losses. Does anybody in here know, if you want to take a crack at it, what is the reason why 80% of your losses occur? Does anybody know? JJ, good morning. SM, good morning over there on the tubes. Why do you lose 80% of the time? What creates that? Does anybody have any clue? And I'm going to tell you right now, most of you won't know because you don't know what you're doing to begin with. So you're not going to know the answer to this. Does anybody know? You didn't know what you were doing? Well, we know that. Going against market structure? No. Don't know state and position. That's part of it. But this is the biggest reason, everybody. You trade against the heartbeat of the market. Does anybody know what the heartbeat of the market is? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Does anybody know in here what the heartbeat of the market is? The majority of you will not. You won't have a clue, okay? And I mean that sincerely, not to be mean. The 20. 80% of your losses is when you trade against the heartbeat of the market right here. You see that in red? If you go back and look at all your trades that you lost, I will guarantee you you're going in the opposite direction of that line. I will bet you right now. 8 out of 10 of your losses will be going against that red line. You could go look at it right now. Go look at your losses and report back here in the chat. You are going to say, oh my God, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. It is going against that line. That is the basics of trading, everybody. The basics. The majority of people are just guessing. When you enter a trade, you don't know what you're doing. You're just hoping. You're hoping and wishing that whatever you got into, whether it was a long or a short, that it just goes in your direction. So on this Amazon trade that I took, I am trading in the direction of the moving average. In the direction. Do you see it? So when I entered here, and then I got these itty-bitty pullbacks, did I poopy my pants and say, oh my God, I got to get out of this trade. It's not going to work. It's not going. What's going on? Oh my God. No, because I'm going in the direction of the heartbeat of the market. In the direction. As I was in this trade, I was flipping around to other stocks while I was in this trade. I had no concern that this was going to go against me whatsoever. Zero. Nada. Zilch. Okay? When I got the granddaddy of them all right here, I got the 8 right here, and I got the heartbeat right here, I'm not worried about this coming back through. It ain't going back through. We are going this way. That's all I know that's happening. And then I took my 70 cents per share to the upside. 80 cents, whatever the hell it was. Okay? FX Trader says swing trading is the key. The majority of traders that blow up accounts swing trade. Remember that. The majority of losers in the market swing trade. The longer you're in a trade, the higher the probability you will lose that trade, everybody. Remember that. The longer you're in a trade, the higher percentage you are going to lose that trade. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. We are on here every day, Monday through Sunday. Cassandra Lewis with the TikTok musics. Sue Felicia with the heartbeat. Only Dan, thank you so much. Hillary, Nito, Facial Blaster, Marcus, Sandra, MALOG, Big Poppy. They're all in here today. Thank you all so much for all those amazing donations. You're welcome, TX. Remember, traders, we in the VIP are going to teach you how to trade properly. You're going to learn all about the heartbeat of the market. You're going to learn all about breaker structure. You're going to learn about state, position, and events. You are going to learn so much in that VIP. We have I just counted this morning, we have now over 60 hours worth of educational content for you. And you get live training by me every Tuesday and Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And you're going to upload your trades, and we're going to teach you how to do that into our VIP, and we are going to review your trades and why you're losing. We're going to give you feedback over and over again, and then you're going to, not only are you going to see what you're doing wrong, we're going to help you see what you're doing wrong. But in order to get better at this thing we love, you must trade. And where are you all going to trade, everybody? Where do we learn to trade? Where do we learn? Hello, Thailand. Good to see you. Thank you, all, Mommy Jennifer. I appreciate you over there. Thank you, all, Mommy. In the simulator, if you can't be profitable in a simulator for 6 months straight consecutively, minimum 350 trades, you'll never be profitable with a live account. It'll just never happen, okay? So in the sim, in Mom's basement. All right, folks, let's get working here. So in the direction. Now, when I took this loss, well, break even, on Apple, I am against the moving average. But there was a reason I still took this trade. Now, there are other times I'll take this trade and I'll get an easy one-to-one to the downside. Sometimes they just don't work. When we enter a trade, and we're also going to teach you strategies on how to trade against the heartbeat of the market. There's certain structures that are set up based on market cycle and based on state and position, where we will take reversals against the moving average, okay? And we teach you all that in the VIP as well. But for most traders, beginning traders, traders who want to be consistent, you must trade with the heartbeat, okay? At the very least, you have to trade with the heartbeat of the market. That is where I go back to every single time. If the market is choppy and I have no trades in after a half hour yet, and I'm waiting, I'm always waiting to trade in the direction of the heartbeat of the market. in the direction because I know I'm going to get a winner. And typically that's going to be on those Friday days, okay, with those choppy Friday days. So remember, listen, boom, 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 boom. You hear that? Anytime you take a loss, go back and look at the heartbeat, and we're going to teach you in the VIP what the heartbeat of the market is. Hello, Hamdi. Josie, good morning to you. Yes, we got 7 more octopuses on the board here this morning, everybody. Keep tapping, tap, 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 share, share, share. And remember, the donations go a long way for the ALGO. All right, INTC yesterday. Our VIP members knew about this because we went over it in training. You are coming out of the base, VIP. Remember I talked about it yesterday in the morning? Out of the base, okay? You see it right there on INTC. We also know all roads lead back to the 20. So when you're all the way up there, that's not realistic, my friends. You are coming back. I called this out yesterday on INTC, and there you have it on INTC. See, a lot of amateur traders, they see this big gap, and they think they're going where, everybody? They see this big gap up. Where do they think the amateur think they're going? The biggest mistake a novice trader makes is what? They think, everyone say it with me. Everyone put it in the chat. They think they're going to the moon. They're not going to, you're not going to the moon. We can't even go to the moon anymore. What the hell happened? We put Buzz Aldrin on the moon, but now we have struggled to get back on that moon. Well, let me tell you, none of your stocks are ever going to the moon. The market cycle will never allow it to go to the moon. So if you're one of these in here, we're going to the moon, boss. We're going. No, you're not. You're just going to lose everything that you got lucky making, chasing this to the upside. News, news, news. How many of you have lost chasing news in here or chasing an IPO bullshit? Put it in the chat right now. How many of you in here have lost because of news, news, news? Put it in the chat. Come on, right now you're all saying, damn, how does this guy know? How does he know I lost chasing news? There they come. Me. Here they come. Me. Everyone. Yes, we don't chase news. So you have to know when news is coming out. Of course you do. That's typically going to be around 8:30, 9:45, or 10 a.m., okay? You have to know when news is coming. What is also significant about 10 a.m.? Does anyone know every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time? What do we know about this time, everybody? Every day. Does anybody know? Anybody have a clue? Bueller. Oh, Bueller. Gunsies. Hello. Elo. How are you, my friend? Malasham, good morning to you. Over there on the tubes. You got it. Shift change. This is when the market, if we're going up at 10 o'clock, we are going to shift change and start coming back. If we're going down at 10 o'clock, we most likely are going to have a shift change and go back to the other direction. 10 a.m., that's all you need to know. When news comes out, you know what we do in the VIP? We wait. The news comes out, all the gamblers go in there and they start chasing. Woo, let's try to get rich. And they lose. After 10 minutes, we go back, and what do we do after the news, traders? Put it in the chat right now. What do we do in the VIP after the news? Anybody? Anybody? What do we do after the news? News comes, we go back and we trade our setups. Do you know what a successful trader is? Does anyone know what an actual successful trader is? They are a setup trader. You know what that means in here? Put yes or no. Do you know what a setup trader means? If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. We are on every day, Monday through Sunday. Thank you, OMZ. I appreciate you. Don't forget, Super Chats are available over there on the tubes. Thank you for the follow, Statics. And Christopher, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Teddy, thank you, my Teddy. We are setup traders, folks. All you do is trade the high probability setups over and over again. You don't chase news. You don't chase IPOs. You don't do all of this nonsense. You trade setups. You wait for the setups to occur. Do you know how many trades are actually available to you every single day? Okay, here we go, everybody. You tell me A, B, C, or D, okay? Tell me A, B, C, or D. Here we go. How many trades does the market actually give you every single day? Which one? Multiple choice quiz, everybody. How many opportunities do you realistically, not what you think you got as a scalper, and we know why you're a scalper. We'll go over that in a second. But what do you realistically have? Which one, A, B, C, or D? How many trades does the market give you every day? You got it. The answer is C right here. Real traders can only have 3 to 5 opportunities every single day in the market from 9:30 to 4. That's all you got. You got 3 to 5 opportunities. Let me ask you all another question. Out of all of these selections, which one does the scalper think they have? Now, we know what the scalper is. Did I ever define to you what a scalper is? A scalper is a trader throughout their career. Every time they got in a trade, they lost immediately, over and over. They got in, they lost. They got in, they lost. They got in, they lost. So what the scalper started to do was as soon as they got in, got out, got in, got out, got in, got out, they collect their 5 to 10 cents per share. Because instead of learning how to trade correctly, they're too chicken shit. So what they do is they get in and out real quick, and they coined the flame scalper. That's all they did. Scalpers are losers. You will lose every day in the market as a scalper. At the end of the month, when those 20 to 22 trading days are over, at the end of the month, a scalper is going to be red. I'm going to tell you that right now. So they think they either have 20 to 30 opportunities every day or 50 plus opportunities every day. That is false. The more you trade, finish this sentence for me. The more you trade, the more you trade, the more you put it in the chat. Lose. Okay? Not all strategies are the same. There's only one trading strategy, Sadubi. There is only one trading strategy. See, the novice trader thinks there's all these different trading strategies out there. And what happens is most of you have tried them all. How have they all worked out for you? Come on. You've gone from YouTube person to YouTube person to YouTube person, trying all these different strategies. How have they all worked out for you? There's only one way to trade the market. Do you know what that is? Does anyone know there's only one way to trade. It's one way to trade. It consists of 2 words. Does anyone know what those 2 words are? Ready? Here it comes. Who knows what that means? Who knows what the market cycle is? Anybody in here? Support and resistance? No. Because now the reason Mr. Buck and Turf Rash support and resistance, the answer is no, is because the majority of people trade into support or they trade into resistance and lose. So they don't have a clue about support and resistance. Sue with the confetti, Sue with the goat, OMZ with the popular facial blaster, and Zen Method with the floating octopus. Market cycle. You have to know where you are in the market cycle. Are we ready, my beauties? Are we ready, my beauties? Are we ready? This green move to the upside. What number in the market cycle is it? Right now, the majority of people are going, I have no idea. That's number 1 in the cycle, everybody. That's number 1 in the cycle. You will learn over and over again in the VIP. We have a whole course on market cycle. And once you see that course, you're going to go, and I will guarantee you right now, all right, I'll even put money on it. The majority of you are buying here, okay? Or you're buying here. I will bet anything you all are buying here and here, trying to go long every day. Every day you are trying to go long there, okay? And now if you're really bad, you're buying here and buying here, okay? This is where the newbie lives, right down here, trying to go long. They try to go long here in the cycle. The trader who's been trading a while, they try to go long here and lose. This is where scalpers are right here on the market cycles. These cycles right here is where scalpers are born. Right here, look. Here and here. That's where scalpers are born. You want me to give you an example? Anyone want an example? JDH says, boom. Yes, sir. All right, I'll give you an example of what happens when you buy here or you buy there, okay? We'll give you an example. Let's do it. Let's pick AMD. I'll be nice. When you're too rain, give me love, a bad name. Okay, right there, you're going to the moon, okay? You lose. You lose the trade. Then you're going again to the moon. And what happens? You'll lose again. Does that sound familiar? Put yes in the chat. If that sounds like you, put yes in the chat. Love you, Scribbles. Yeah, look at them all come in. Yes. See, how do I know that? How do I know that? I don't know any of you new people in here. How would I know that? Because I used to do it. Right? I used to be that trader. Look, you get into a trade, you're in, your heart's beat is beating out of your chest. You're in, please go up. Whammo! Oh, I lost again. All right, let me try this again. We're in a trade. Whammo! We lost again. And you're sitting there like this by 9:35 a.m. Why can't I do this? Why? I've been there. I put these oily hands on my face multiple times. How many of you pray up there when you're in a trade? How many of you are in the prayer stage of your trading journey? You get in a trade and you're going, oh, please go up. Please go up. I'll do the dishes for my wife every night, I swear, I'll put the kids to bed. She won't have to do it for a year. Just please make this trade work. How many of you have prayed and said all these things to the big person upstairs? I have. Anybody else? Anybody? I've done it. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking with you. I'm being serious. Okay? How many of you have lost and can't control your emotions? The phone rings, and God forbid who's on the other end of that phone. It's probably the wife calling to say, how's your morning going? Hello? What do you want? Oh, you must have lost in the market again. I'll talk to you later. And then that one day a week where you scalp and get lucky, she'll call you, and she'll say, hello? Oh, hi, honey pie. How are you? Are you having a good morning? Oh, yes. Oh, you must have had a good day in the market. Is this the one day of the week you actually were successful trading? Anybody? Come here. Anybody, put your hands up. Put your hands up, everybody. Let's go. See? Voss just knows. I've been through it. I've been doing this for 21 years. There's nothing in my home I haven't broken or thrown because of the stock market. One time I screamed so loud I thought I permanently lost my voice. I was actually scared. I went to a doctor. So there's not much I haven't done that you're going through. Who here has cried because of the stock market? Or any market, because of trading? Who here has actually physically cried? I have. I've cried, like broken down and cried because it's been a total disaster. Don't be afraid. Put your thumbs up. That's part of the process. Akeem says on YouTube, you know me way too well. And that's what we're going to fix in the VIP for you, all right? We're going to teach you market cycle. We are going to teach you state. We are going to teach you position. We are going to teach you events in the stock market, in the VIP, all right? We are going to equip you with the tools you need to be successful in trading. Now, the goal isn't to make money as a trader. The goal is to save money as a trader. Making the money will come as an afterthought. Right now, your job is to be a phenomenal loser. You're playing defense as a trader. You're not playing offense. Those that play offense as traders lose, okay? Don't sit here and say, no, you're great at this. You're not. You're not, okay? It's unpredictable. No one knows what it's going to do. When we get in a trade, none of us have any control what it's going to do. When I got in this Amazon trade to the upside yesterday, when I got in on this move to the upside, the only reason I got into it because it was a high probability setup and there was a 70% chance I was going to win it. Did I know it was going to really go to the upside and I would be 100% successful? No. I knew 7 out of 10 that I would be successful every time I trade that setup. And I was. Okay? It was a winning trade. I had no control over this trade to the upside. When we get in, we control nothing. Zero. We have absolutely no control in the market. The only thing we control as a trader, the only thing is risk. Getting out of the trade. And so many new traders and bad traders can't get out of trades because of 2 reasons, okay? The number one reason why you never get out of a trade is because of your ego. You don't want to be wrong. No one wants to be wrong as a trader or as a person. I got in that trade. It better go my way. I'm not getting out. I still believe it's going to go my way. All right, you're just going to lose. Miss Market is sitting there going like this to you. And you're sitting there with the ego. I'm staying in that trade. Okay, that's number one. Number 2 reason why someone doesn't get out of a trade is what? Does anybody know? What's the number 2 reason why someone does not get out of a trade? We got 4 octopuses left on the board, so we can hammer them roses. We got 4 octopi, everybody. They have no clue where to get out. They have no idea. Okay? Number 1 is ego. Number 2 is you got into a trade. You have no idea where to get out. You don't know. You just got in hoping it goes in your direction. That's the only reason why you did it. You have no clue where to get out of that trade. Am I right, traders? Am I right? Put yes in the chat. NB with the rose. Mr. Dave, thank you so much. Mr. Dave with the $1.99 super chat over there on the tubes. You don't. And now, okay, the fact that you don't know when to get out of a trade also tells me something else. You have no idea what your risk to reward is on the trade you just entered. When you become a VIP member in our VIP educational community, you will never take a trade again without knowing your risk to reward before entering that trade. I'm going to repeat this right now. VIPers, do you understand what I'm saying? Tell them in here. You will never take another trade again without knowing your risk to reward on the trade you were about to enter on. So now you will know how long you're staying in the trade, what your reward is, and you're going to know exactly when you're getting out. Exactly when you're getting out. Does everybody understand that in here? We are going to teach you your risk to reward before you enter every single trade for the rest of your trading journey. Okay? How can you possibly know what your reward is if you don't know what you're risking? Does that sound smart? How do you know when to get out of a trade if you don't know where to get out? So now you will also be implemented with trading rules. You will know your maximum loss per day. You will also know your maximum loss per trade. How do you figure out your maximum loss per trade, everybody? How do you figure out your maximum loss per trade, everybody? We do not do signals. Number 1, giving a signal about entering a trade is illegal in the United States. That's number 1. We are going to teach you so you know how to enter your own trades, your own signals. Why are you relying on another person on social media that doesn't have a clue of what they're doing, and you're relying on them to give you signals about a trade? Does that make sense? Why are you relying on somebody else to tell you when to get in a trade? Why? That's pure ignorant. You figure out your maximum loss per trade based on your maximum loss per day. Okay? And we're going to teach you all of that. You can't get your maximum loss per trade unless you know what your max loss per day is. The problem with traders is they have no clue what their maximum loss per day is. They're gambling. They're putting it all in. All right, I'm all in here. Black 13, put the chips in front of the table. I'm all in. Let's see what happens. Correct. The whole purpose of learning how to trade is to not rely. We are going to give you the fishing pole and teach you how to go catch your fish. And then you can teach your family how to go out and catch those fish in the market. Why are you sitting there paying this scam money to people for signals? Let me ask you a question. All of you in here that pay for signals, how is that working out for you? How is that working out for you? Are you green every single month? Are you green at the end of every trading month? You really rely on someone to give you signals on when to enter a trade? That's insanity to me. That's absolutely insanity. I pay for signals and I'm still losing. Sam, what are you doing? Who does that? Not only are you losing your money in the market, you're paying somebody to give you signals, and I can guarantee you they have no idea what they're doing. All right? And the reason they have no idea what they're doing is 3 reasons I'm going to tell you right now. 1, they have no idea what the market cycle is. No clue. They have no clue. I'm going to tell you that right now. Market cycle. Number 2, they have no idea what state their stock is in when they enter a trade or position. They don't know, and they're giving you a signal? Oh, here's your signal right here, everybody. Look, I told you on Oracle not to go long on it after this casualty. I told you not to go long. That was your signal. Did that work out? Yes. INTC yesterday. I told you not to go long. And the reason we told you that is based on the position at the open of your stock and the state. Okay? AMD yesterday. What did I tell you all in here? Go back and check the YouTube recording. AMD yesterday. I told you at the open it would be what? Choppy. Down. Up. Down. Because of the state that we were in. Right? You're trying to go to the moon. You can't go to the moon. You're in a neutral state. You aren't going anywhere. I'm not chasing us to the upside. It ain't going anywhere. You're in a neutral state. Where are you going? Where the hell do you think you're going? Neutral, narrow. That's where you're going. That's where you're going. We're going to the moon. No, you're not. You're coming back to the 20. Daddy and granddaddy are coming back together again. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your minds? Tesla. Look, Tesla, we're going to the moon. No, you're not. You're in a bearish neutral state. You're not going to the moon. It won't have the push to get up there. You're not going long here. Are you crazy? It's a choppy mess. Boom, back down. You're looking for the short. Come on, guys. You got to know the state of your stock. How could you possibly trade without knowing that? And the reason you're trading without knowing that is because you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. Okay? Why did I take this trade? Are we ready? Yoo-hoo! 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 Because when I entered, we were narrow. We were narrow! Hammer with the rose. Alan with the rose. NB, Mr. Dave. Yes, I'm very passionate about this. Can you tell everybody? Because it's a little simple. Trading is simple. It really is simple. The reason it's hard is because we make it hard. Right between here, you see these suckers right here? Look, let me show you something, everybody. Look. We got 4 octopuses left. Can we hammer them right now? Can we hammer the rest of those octopi? Look, okay? This is Ernie the trader. We'll give him muscles. He likes to pick things up and put them down. Okay? This is Ernie. This is Ernie's brain right here. Okay? Trading is hard because between the ears, we make it hard. Look, right here. Woo! Look, woo! Between the ears is what's hard. And why is it hard? Why do we make this so much harder? Does anybody else? Zen Method and Sue Felicia with the octopuses. Yes. 2 left. 2 octopi on the board, everybody. We are at 41,000 likes. We got to get up to 100. Everyone, tap blitz for 1 minute, please. 1 minute tap blitz. Why? Why do we make it hard? Well, the first reason why we make it hard is because of ego. We all have big egos. Number 2 is we try to treat it like a casino. And number 3 is desperation. Most traders who trade are desperate for money. All right, so let me explain this all to you. Desperado right there. If you have money problems, this is the last thing you should be doing. I'm going to repeat that one more time. If you have money problems, this is the last thing you should be doing. Does everybody hear me loud and clear? Listen. We'll do it again. If you have money problems, this is the last thing you should be doing. Now, what you should be doing, if you were a smart person, is you are going to learn how to trade in a simulator. And you are going to get a job and save money while you're learning in the simulator. This is 2025, everybody. Okay? Is that an inverse rectangle like the one in your pants? Your parents must be proud, Dopamine. They raised a great child there. They raised a great child, Dopamine. Mommy and Dad are so proud of that person. Mr. Dave, yes! With the rest of the octopuses, Mr. Dave, thank you so much. Happens when it's raining. All right, the roses are up, everybody. Anya, short Apple yesterday? It looks like it went pretty good to me. Apple, this went down $2 per share. $2 per share. $2 per share. Because you are in position 3. And what do we always teach you? If you don't short it at the open, you are waiting to see your retracement, to see what the next play is going to be. Look, did you cross the 50% back down? No. So after your initial short out of position 3, you are looking for the long. You, Anya, have no idea what you're doing. Zero. Nada. You must learn. You kept trying to short all day. Why? Why would you continue to short all day? Did you break the 50% retracement level here? That is a novice trader, everybody. Does everybody now see what one looks like? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. In the VIP, we are going to teach you all about retracements. How are all of you trading? None of you have any idea what you're doing. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why? You don't know what you're doing. Who the hell is trying to short something that hasn't broken the 50% retracement level yet? Come on, guys. Right here, the VossTrading.com.com is where you're going to go to get into that VIP. Start learning how to trade. Start giving yourself a fighting chance at least. Learn how the market works. We will give you the blueprint. You still have to execute it. A lot of you still won't be able to execute it. You just won't be able to control yourselves. All right, but we will give you the blueprint at least. And Anya, I'm not being rude or mean. It's just, it'll get through the noggin. You know what I'm saying? It'll definitely get through the noggin. Right, VIPers? Microsoft, let's take a look. Now, let's go over this. This is important. Let's go over this, okay? All right. Over the whip zone. See? Over the whip zone. That wasn't the whip zone. We didn't do Microsoft yesterday. All right, Microsoft yesterday. Why did this go up? Can anyone tell me? Why did that go up? Remember, setup trader. Let's not be that materialistic, losing materialistic trader. News, news, news. Why did that go up? Anybody know? Narrow state. Boom. There you go. At the open, this chopped around before it went up. Why did it do that? Anybody? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Because you were in a bearish neutral state at the open. Bearish neutral state. You chop around until you get narrow, and then you make the beautiful move to the upside. Again, you don't know your state. Why are we not going long up here? Why are we not going to the moon up there? Come on, everybody. Why are we not going to the moon? All roads lead back to the 20. We are in a neutral state now. The last thing I'm thinking about is long here. And by 11 o'clock, I don't care what's going on in the market because between 9:30 and 11 is where the non-scaredy cats play. The big boys trade right here. All the scaredy cats wait until noon and after and lose by 1,000 cuts. You know what 1,000 cuts is? Anybody? I'm going to show you. This is where I'm scared to trade the open. It's too volatile, Voss. Oh, my God. Because you don't know state and position. That's why. This is where trades go to die right here. Ready? Nope. Nope. In, out, in, out. In, out. Look at these candle wicks. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Lose, 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 lose. What are you doing over here? Look at the difference. Look at this. Look at these, okay? This is where all the unhappy traders live. All right? This is where the big boys play. Yes, it is. Look at that, huh? Look at that volume. Marina with the rose. Only Dan and Rome with the roses. Thank you.
I'm too scared, boss. I'm too scared to trade between 9:30 and 11.
What do you mean?
It's too volatile. I just can't handle it.
Why?
Because I don't know what I'm doing.
So if you don't know what you're doing between 9:30 and 11, why are you trading over here? Want me to tell you why? Because you really don't know what you're doing. Whoa! All right? The reason you don't trade between 9:30 and 11 is because you don't know what you're doing, right? And I know when someone really doesn't know what they're doing because at noon they're trying to go to the moon. Crazy, man. Really is. It's really crazy. Let me go over this for you. Let me get rid of, let's take this off. Okay. Traders, listen to me right now. Listen to me right now. Actually, let me back this up. I'll give you the full day here. All right. Hope none of you try to chase that. Okay. Now, look, this is the entire trading day on Microsoft. The scalper thinks they have 20 trades in here, and out of those 20, they are going to lose 15 of them. Okay? Fit Wakely, how are you? I'm doing great, Fit. How are you, my brother? Good to see you. You only have 3 to 5 trades in this area. That is it. 3 to 5 trades. I took an average yesterday on what my average length was that I was in a trade. It was 15 minutes. I'm in a trade for 15 minutes on average. Okay? How long are you all in a trade for? Let's finish off them roses all day. That's not good. You got a lot of red months, huh? Way too long. 5 to 10 minutes, 3 to 4 hours. You have a lot of red. Yeah. How did I know that, Pro Cleaners? How did I know you were red all the time? The longer you are in a trade, the better chance you have of losing that trade. Remember I said that? Folks, listen to me. We've tried it all, okay? Been there, done that. Been there, done that. 2 minutes? Yeah. Ani, that's why you're having problems. Now, the reason people are scalpers, as we talked about earlier, is because you now trained your subconscious to get out quickly because you were so used to the losers. Remember? You would get in a trade, bam, immediately against you. In, boom, immediately against you. So what you started doing, everybody, as a trader, as soon as you got a little green, you were out. A little green, you were out. But the problem is, those trades that don't give you a little green, your losses look like that. They look like this. So your losses are always going to be bigger than your winners. Always. All right? You know the equity curve that we teach you. This is you as a trader. For those of you that journal your trades, when a trader gets here, they get into the VIP. You are still going to go down, and then we're going to flatten this out for you. Okay? And then we're going to start trending you this way, hopefully. Nothing's guaranteed. You still must execute in that simulator. We are going to give you the blueprint. We have a lot of traders, VIPers, if you're in here and this was you, put me in the chat, please, who were trending this way, got into the VIP, were trending that way, then made a right turn, and then started heading upwards. If that is you in the VIP, please put me in the chats. Hello, Bears to Designs. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, you will, future. Just takes time. Look at all the me's in here. Everything we teach you, it doesn't matter the instrument. Futures, options, equities, doesn't matter. Crypto, what we teach you is price action. It doesn't matter what the instrument you trade. If you can't trade correct market cycle price action, you won't be able to trade anything. All right, which brings me to my next point. How many of you in here started with options? Put me in the chat. If you started as a trader doing options, just put me in the chat. All right, let me tell you why. Because you didn't have the money to trade equities. Am I correct? Okay. Number two, after you completely annihilated your options account, how many of you went to penny stocks? Who here said, I give up on options? The hell with that. The hell with that option, Shane. I win a trade and I still lose. How many of you went to penny stocks? Right now, they're like, how does this guy know this? All right. And you know why you went to penny stocks? Because you still didn't have the money to trade. All right. So we blew that account up. How many of you now are trying to figure out futures? How many of you now are on your futures journey of the market as a trader? Okay. And you're not doing good with that either. Am I correct? So now you are on the fourth journey. You are looking for that prop firm. Where the hell are you, prop firm? I'm done losing my money. I'm going to lose somebody else's money. You. How many of you now are looking for the prop firm? Prop, prop, prop. Prop, prop, prop. I found a prop firm. I don't have to graduate to get the money. Prop, prop, prop. How many of you are in the prop firm? Well, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to wind up losing their money. And then they're going to let every prop firm know what happened so you can't get into another one. Hello, James. How are you? That is the typical journey of a failing trader. Options, penny stocks, futures, prop firm. What is the one thing they didn't do during this journey right here? During this the journey of four, that's what we're going to call it, okay? The journey of four for now on. Everyone, hashtag the journey of four. What is the one thing they never thought about doing out of these four? Learn to actually trade. Isn't that a foregone conclusion? Let me actually learn how to trade. Hello, James from South Africa. How are you, my brother? Welcome. Hit that follow button if you're here for the first time, all right? We are going to teach you how to trade, folks, all right? We're going to give you the blueprint, and then you can go trade your Forex, your options, your deck of cards, your crypto. You could trade nails. I don't know, whatever it is that kids are doing these days. But you got to learn what the hell you're doing so you know what you're doing, all right? I'm going to make that a saying. You got to know what the hell you're doing so you know what you're doing. TheVossTrading.com. Click the link, and that is where you'll go to get into the VIP. Folks, we're not here to hurt you, all right? We gain no value by doing that. We're just genuinely here to teach you how to trade. Hell, this wasn't even my idea. It was my wife's. It wasn't even my idea. Zen Method with the roses. We got 15 more roses left on the board. Trading Pokemon cards. Let me tell you, I would rather see a lot of you do that instead. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know how many traders I see this? Look. If this is you, put me in the chat. You go long right there. Right there, you're trying to go long. Remember the market cycle? I showed you the arrows of where people are trying to go long. Remember the one to the downside pointing up? That's that. That's that on the market cycle. How many of you are trying to go long right there? Put me in the chat. Seriously, I'm being serious. How many of you are trying to go long right there? Folks, listen. If you don't start learning how to trade, you hear this song? Listen, listen, listen. That is you, your trading journey. You are in the final countdown. Because eventually you're going to quit. Remember, 92% are eventually going to quit. And that's okay. You can quit. It's hard. This ain't easy. All right? Boop, boop. Breakout traders would go long here. There's no breakout here. There's no breakout there. Where are you breaking out? Where are you breaking out? It's the final countdown. Where are you breaking out here? If I look at this right here as a trader, what do I always tell everybody? Look where? What do I always tell everybody? Look where? We don't use indicators. Amateurs use indicators. Left, right? We always look left. I just did a video about it. We always look left. So if you're trying to trade that candle and you think that's a breakout, you don't know what the hell you're doing, everybody. Look left. Double tap. Boom. Where are you going? Breakout. But I know you were just saying they thought it was a breakout. I get what you're saying. But folks, you don't need to know what any of this is because the heartbeat of the market is telling you what? Don't go long. Right? I mean, whoops. Hello, Jessica. Where are you from, Jessica? Where are you from? Everybody loves to trade. One more thing I must ask you all before we do roll call, okay? During the holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or any holidays that you all celebrate, and you're around family, have any of you during those times found out that you had a family member that trades, but you never knew it, or a friend? You were like, you trade? Everybody trades, folks. Everybody. Here's the problem. 9 out of 10 of them don't know what they're doing. Okay? This holiday season, VIPers, they know to ask their family and friends that trade this one question. Do you know what the one question is? Well, two questions. Two questions. Here it comes. Are you ready? Are you ready, everybody? Uncle Ralph. Yes, nephew. Do you still trade? Yes, nephew. What state was your stock in on the last trade you took? And this is what Uncle Ralph's going to say. I was in Florida. You knew that. I live in Florida. No, what state was the stock in when you traded it? And Uncle Ralph's going to say, I was in Florida when I took the trade. No, Uncle Ralph, what state was the stock in? The actual stock. And Uncle Ralph is still going to say, I was in Florida. Uncle Ralph's not doing well in the market. Marcus, Jessica with the roses, Andrew the Believer, Mawa, Powder, Sue Felicia, Andrew, Zen Method, Sue Felicia, OG Big Poppy, Sandra, Marcus, Facial Blaster, Nito, Hillary, Only Dan, Cassandra. I love that name, Cassandra. Guppreet, User, Facial Blaster, Zen Method, OMZ, Brian, JDM, yes, NB, Mr. Dave, to the moon, Alan, Hammer, Azharn, I think. Shoeless, make sure you put shoes on. Belair, Jessica Pilach. Thank you, everybody. Future Billionaire, thank you for all the donations today. Mr. Dave, over there on the tubes, thank you for all the donations. Tomorrow morning, we'll be back on here. Make sure you hit those follow buttons. Tomorrow, we're going to put the whip zone in place for Monday, all right? And we're going to go over positions tomorrow, what you can expect possibly for Monday. That's going to save a lot of your heartaches. Remember, folks, the VIP is open. If you truly want to learn how to do this, you got to learn, all right? You're going to head over to the VossTrading.com. Once you join, we will welcome you in the VIP with open arms, all right? I love you all so much. Have an amazing Saturday. Get out and do something fun. And remember, study, study, study. See you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great day. Love you all. Be nice to somebody today, okay? Everybody sing. So we only have 66,000 likes. We got to work on that tomorrow. Are you a multi-millionaire from trading? No. You're not going to become a multi-millionaire from day trading, you silly goose. As soon as I could be a movie star, and out of his way. Oh, la, 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 lily, la. That's an insane statement. You're not going to be a multi-millionaire from trading, you day trading. Stay novelist. Good night, everybody. Good night.